Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. Um, just to plug myself from the beginning, I have a website called victorhamsa.com, HAMSA, and you could check out a lot of my other videos. I have a lot of interesting subjects, I think. So, thought I'd talk about something that I found very interesting. I'm going to go through maybe some other stuff. I try to teach meditation in groups and enlightenment in groups and a lot of spiritual subjects. So tend to try to explain deep subjects in an easy understand manner all the time. Let's talk about this to get started, and I think you'll be interested. So we have from Science Alert. This was less than a month ago. I thought you guys would enjoy this, and I was surprised nobody else talked about it. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Researchers have identified 100 mysteriously disappeared stars in the night sky. So across the Milky Way, there are vacant spots where a star once brightly shone. Some left clues in a dramatic death or faded into retirement. Others simply moved into a new neighborhood. Not all vacancies have such a convenient explanations, though. Some were there one moment and gone the next, inviting speculation over rare types of star death, extreme astrophysics, and or, of course, advanced alien technology. By comparing star catalogs dating back to the 1950s with more recent data sets, researchers with the vanishing and appearing sources during the Century of Observations project have identified around 100 bright dots that seem to have vanished without a trace. The search is ongoing for one leading researcher. Colleagues finding an actual vanishing star, a star that appears out of nowhere, would be a precious discovery. Okay, so they're left with 290,000 missing objects. Most would be easily accounted for in closer inspection. The interesting part about this for me, the comparison, the short list, that what they did was they went through 18,000 images, and that left 100 stars, dark shadows where a star once shone. Okay, are you with me? So they went through all the stars. They went through a lot of stars. 151,193 candidates for missing stars, and they used all these high-tech computers, and basically they came up with 100. Now, you probably are saying to yourself, okay, maybe they misidentified, maybe whatever. Maybe you're saying it's 100 stars. What's the big deal? You're only missing 100 stars. Okay, well, here we go. So, I'm going to get the exact quote. I have it basically memorized like I do most of the... and this will blow you away, I think. I'm going to give you the quote right now. Now, Matthew, this is from the Bible, Matthew 25:53. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? Okay? So I'm going to read that again. Let's do another New King James Version. Or do you think that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will provide me with more than 12 legions of angels? Okay, keep that in your head. 12 legions of angels, right? So, I think you'll dig this. I'm getting the quote again. Sorry for the lag. I know a lot of you have zero patience. So, the Roman army, Romans intro, into the middle of the first century, 10 cohorts, about 5,000 men made up of a Roman legion, which was later changed to 9 cohorts of standard size, with 6 centuries at 80 men each, and 1 cohort, the first cohort of double strength, 5 strength. So let's go. How many legions? No, Roman legion. So Jesus said he could call down legions, right? You're with me? Okay, so a typical legion, anyway, I know what the answer is. It's a centurion is like a general in it. And so a typical size of legion would be 4,200 legionnaires and 300 equites. So you get, anyway, ends up being that when you get this down, there's a centurion. He would be like in charge of 100 troops, and that's what you would call in it. So they had it within it. It was all divided in tens. So I just thought I'd mention this because if you divide up, it wasn't like there were, what I'm saying is there wasn't like 99 stars that just disappeared. It wasn't that there were 183 stars. Okay? They had 100 even stars that disappeared from the night sky. And what does the Bible say about that? He says basically, in the Bible, it says that these are angels are like stars. So we had a group of stars that basically rebelled, a group of angels that rebelled recently, and they disappeared out of the night sky. And it seems like to me that's why we're seeing maybe some more UFOs, because those are fallen angels, and these 100 stars are now fallen, and that's the reason why you're seeing perhaps demonic things happening, like like this new coronavirus. I know it sounds crazy, but that's okay. You guys could think I'm crazy half the time, but I just thought I'd share that 100 soldiers are, a legion was normally comprised of 6,000 soldiers, and each legion was divided into 10 cohorts, and each cohort contained 6 centura. The centurion thus nominally commanded about 100 men, and there were 60 centurions in a legion. And what did Jesus say? He said he could easily call down 12 legions. So that's like a lot of people, right? A legion normally comprised of 6,000. So 6,000 times 12. That's a lot of angels that he basically all these angels, they could just say, here, I need, when they said, are you going to go across? You're not going to go across. He said, I could call down these angels, And now, towards these end times that we're in, right, we have 100 fallen angels right there in front of you and nobody's noticing. So I just thought I'd mention that a centurion controls 100 men as and 100 angels just disappeared. I hope I'm making this pretty clear. Now, if you're there is a biblical passage about a centurion, and of course, everybody knows that passage. If you go to church ever, they say the faith of the centurion. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly. Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him? The centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I am myself a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. And I say to you that many will come from the east and the west, and they will take their place at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus said to the centurion, go, let it be done just as you believed it would. And his servant was healed at that moment. So, this passage, Matthew 8, 5 through 13, is the faith of the centurion. So, what is this sign of? That these stars disappeared from the night sky. From a biblical and spiritual perspective, there can only be one resolute answer, and that would be that faith was lost for a moment, and which I know happened, and then 100 angels fell from the sky. It was the faith dipped, and then that's what happened, and these centurion worth of stars disappeared, because the stars are angels. So you're saying, what are you talking about? Stars aren't angels, right? So let's give you that. King James Version. Who's not with me here? Did you tune out? It's okay. Okay, so this is stars are angels in the King James Version Bible. It comes right up. You Google it yourself. I'll go through some of these passages. Job 22:12. Is God not in the heights of heaven? And behold, the height of the stars, how high they are. Mark 13:25. And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. Genesis 19:15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Jude 1:6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains unto darkness, unto judgment of the great day. Revelation 7:2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. So let's see if there's any. Genesis 22:17. That in blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thy seeds as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the sea, and seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. Revelation 3:1. And unto the angel of the Lord in Sardis write, these things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of God, that the 7 stars, I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest, and art dead. Let's see. Psalms 148:3. Praise him, sun and the moon. Praise him, all ye stars of light. Let's see. What else can I say? Just looking through. Let's read this one. Genesis 19:1. And there came two... that's not what I want to read, sorry. Jeremiah 31:35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for light of day by day, and the ordinance of the moon, and by the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea and the waves thereof. Roared, the Lord of hosts is his name. Let's see if there's anything else. Anyway, so I think that I've said it right there. I like the Psalms 148:3. Praise him, sun and moon, praise him, all ye stars of light. I think it just illustrates my point right there. So these, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention, that actually the stars actually disappeared and they've fallen from the sky. Very interesting, isn't it? Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to let it go at that. Maybe I'll make another video on another subject, completely different. But I thought this was, when we see these things happening, that, in real time, I think it's important to notice it. I feel like I'm the only one that noticed that 100 angels just disappeared from the sky, 100 stars, and nobody talks about it. Nobody knows or said anything. Oh, yeah. 100. It's not like there was like 87 stars just disappeared. It was 100 even, I have the feeling that it was either going to be 100 or a round number like 150 or 200 or 1,000. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, just wanted to talk to you about that. Hopefully you don't think I'm crazy, but that's okay. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much. Peace. Have a great night. Bye-bye.